Into this video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that is about to go insane tomorrow and why y'all should keep it in your radar. We're also going to be looking at some of the stocks that you guys mentioned in the comment section of the last video. Y'all, let's get right into it right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures once again. It's the cleaner chart, so we're going to continue to use it. You have a structure that behaves the best usually, the ascending triangle. And so far, the daily chart is looking bullish. Today we had a doji which opened up like it opened up quite positively. Like it opened up like positive 0.60 from Friday afternoon. Yeah, positive 0.40 before dumping out the gates in the morning and providing a buying opportunity for dip buyers right here. Right, the trend of the Nasdaq is bullish. We didn't get past 22,400, but we could definitely do so tomorrow, and I think we're gonna do so tomorrow. How high can this thing really go, or how fast? The question is how fast. That's tricky, right? I know where it should go, but will it get there tomorrow? Will it get there on Thursday? Will it get there on Friday? Or will it get there next week, Monday? That is hard to say. But for tomorrow specifically, with the way the futures are looking, we're looking good. I think tomorrow is going to be a big break for the NASDAQ and we're going to make fresh new highs. Now, the SPY looks like this. The structure is still intact. That little scare right here didn't do too much. Next step is the break of 61.65, which will definitely occur, in my opinion. I think it's gonna occur tomorrow morning. All right, so if you do have calls on tech stock, not all tech stocks, certain tech stocks, you should be getting paid. If you are a QQQ trader or SPY trader, again, tomorrow those calls should be up. Now, the stock for this video, that stock is I'm gonna share two stocks, all right? But the first stock that I want to share with y'all, that one is PANW. Y'all remember how I talked about this one in the last video, right? I shared with y'all this thing collapsing through earnings but recovering on Friday, and then today it did something quite it provided something quite clean, right? We had the recovery after the earnings dump, and then today we have an ascending triangle with the breakout in the afternoon right here into the close, right? So we have some bulls getting into this price action right here, and they're looking to sell where I think this thing is going to go. I think it's gonna get all the way up to 220 tomorrow, probably by like 10 o'clock. Again, the more ferocious the move is on the NASDAQ, the higher the push will be on PANW. All right, this one is a cybersecurity stock, and this is a perfect segue to discuss the other cybersecurity stock, which is Snow. Y'all remember Snow? I'm sure y'all remember Snow. Yeah, I talked about it on that was the stock for Thursday. The stock gave us a curveball right here, all right? But the move up to 200 wasn't out of the picture, wasn't out of question. I told y'all to watch it closely. Today it opened up quite high at like 194, and then it held above this line, this level of support, kind of like what AMD did at exactly 112.50 cents. This one is doing the same thing, and it closed quite strongly right here. All right, so the move to 200 I definitely think is gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. It could happen either tomorrow, which again, if it happens tomorrow, then it will just make sense with QQQ and with PANW. All right, so these are the stocks to definitely watch for tomorrow. Now let's discuss yesterday's stocks. First and foremost, I told y'all the semiconductors was gonna go crazy, right? And they are right now. They went crazy. The stock that we took, I'm gonna show y'all right now in the Discord. All right, so we have the structure right here on SOXL. The breakout was on Thursday. If we go onto the Discord, and we go onto here. This is Thursday the 13th at like 9:40. That's when I was buying calls on SMH. This is the semiconductor ETF, SMH, and y'all see the analysis on here, all right? So I waited for the breakout, got my confirmation, bought calls on there, and I held it all the way through Thursday and into Friday and into today. And then I started selling this thing after the morning spike. Like it spiked over the weekend. It went up to 257. And then I started to get out at like 9:43. And then I replaced these semi calls with another semi calls, which is what I gave you guys in yesterday's video. Right here, SOXL. So right now I do have SOXL calls. I am bullish on it. I told y'all before. This is the clean play. SMH is also the clean play. So depending on what you have, depending on what you prefer, I told everybody in the Discord, pick your favorite. We have this one. We have SMH, right? Which is on course to that green circle. And we also have this one broke out today, which looks quite fantastic. It's LRCX. That looks real nice. That is an ascending triangle on the chart that just broke out this morning right here, and the entry for it was on the dip at like 9 o'clock, which is the same time that I decided to buy SOXL anyways, right here, right? So it popped, dropped, held, and then slowly had an all-day grinder throughout the whole day. All right, now the next step for this one is a massive move all the way up to all the way up to 90. Yeah, all the way up to 90. Yeah, watch this one for, again, the semiconductor stocks. Watch them for a long. If you have calls, you should be getting paid. All right, all of you should be getting paid. Now let's answer some of you guys' questions. Y'all asked me about Baidu, the Chinese sector. All right, so we're gonna talk about it. It's unfortunate for Baidu and JD because their movement is not as generous as Baba. Like this one kind of flopped. And if you look at JD, this is JD. This one is also flopping like Baidu. But when you compare it to Baba and Futu, Baba looks like this, and I told y'all to watch out for a potential wall around like 131, 130, and it kind of got there like over the weekendish. Maybe it will like get there during the trading hours. All right, and then earnings. Again, earnings is on Thursday morning. Be really careful if you're going to gamble through it. Like I told y'all before when I first talked about it, it might be an IV crush, or it might just be smacked right back down just to join Baidu and JD. All right, somewhere down here. So be cautious. Everybody who bought down here, they're taking their money off slowly. So just keep that in mind. All right, now the next stock that we gotta look at is TEM, and this is a recently publicly traded company, right? It doesn't have much history. It only dates back to like June 21st. And this is a good question. This is one of the stocks that you guys mentioned. Don't be shy. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section. Stocks, preferably stocks over $40 with a very lucrative option chain, right? Because we trade options here. And this one definitely has like weekly contracts. Unfortunately for this one specifically, the IV is crazy. As y'all can see, this is 140% IV, right? And the contracts are quite expensive for an $82 stock. So I'm not trading it just because of that. The stock needs more history, in my opinion. The contracts gotta get cheaper. Hopefully earnings causes things to get cheaper, and the calls and the puts, all of it. Like it all just needs to get cheaper for me to even think about trading this thing. But as of now, where is it gonna go? I don't know, but the trajectory is looking good for long-term investors who are in this, who've been buying in here. You should be up by like over 150%. It might do really well throughout the rest of the year. You're just gonna have to be patient. I don't know too much about the company. I looked up the market cap, and the market cap on this one is 12.9 billion, so it's still undervalued. Okay, so that's really all I can say. I don't see structure on here to tell you more. All right, now the last piece for this video, we gotta discuss Apple. Let me go on to 1 minute. All right, we gotta discuss Apple, and Apple looks like this. Today it didn't get any love from the market. It didn't gap up. It didn't run like the semiconductors. It just stopped at 245, and it's just kind of struggling. Where is it going to go? I think 250. I just don't know when. There is this bullish pennant on there which broke out right there and just slowly grinded all the way throughout last week. But now it kind of just hit a wall. And if you compare that with Amazon, for example, Amazon got demolished today, which is quite unfortunate. I was waiting for it to make a decision whether it was going to break above this trend line up here. All right, but unfortunately it didn't. It chose the downward direction, which is surprising because QQQ is up. It's very surprising to me. All right, but one thing that I do know is that eventually Amazon, Google, and Apple are going to try to catch up with QQQ. All right, it's only a matter of time. So it's my very honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 8 p.m. Central Time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul Nguma and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.